Lucky had never seen one of these before. He liked the way it felt. He liked the way it sounded. But he did not like the way it smelled. Nope, that didn't smell like Hundley. But what did Hundley smell like? Oh yeah, he smelled like that Hundley smell. Now where could George get something that smelled like Hundley? This pillow smelled like Hundley, and then some. Hundley sure didn't like to share his pillow. That was the sound of Lucky's friend. Hundley was here. No doubt about it, Hundley was inside this thing. But Lucky was sure Hundley was in here somewhere. Lucky was somewhere in the walls.
Hi, George. We're on our way home with pizza and dinosaur bones. I hope you and Lucky are having fun.
How could he find Lucky behind the wall if he couldn't see or hear him? At that moment, Hundley realized every undignified moment of his life involved George. Hundley had enough. Now his nose was starting to itch. Lucky recognized that sound. George had to hope he was right. The more Hundley sneezed, the closer he was to Lucky. George knew exactly where Lucky was, except he was still inside the wall.
I heard Hundley sneezing through the grate downstairs. Please keep that cat away. Where is the cat? Oh, boy. Nobody move. All right, little guy, you're free.
Oh, George, wait till you hear about the weird digging we did today. What?
I'm learning that sometimes it's better not to even ask.
George, look at the size of this squash I pulled out of the garden.
Lost your way, huh? Well, it always points north. You figure out which way you want to go, and you can tell where you're facing because you always know which way is north. Hey, can I have that dirt? Ma Bunny dug holes all over the lawn, and Dad says I have to fill them up. Boy, can that bunny dig. Thanks. Anything you want to borrow, just ask. What? You think of something you want to borrow already?
There. Okay, gophers, stroll in, eat delicious grapes, trigger the rope, gate slam shut, and wham! Gotcha, gophers! Ooh! Hey, gophers, come on in. Here, have a delicious grape. Oh, no, no! Are you here to catch 'em or feed 'em? Just testing out the gopher cage. Works. It's pretty good. Oh boy, I'm back. Don't worry. I'm gonna go get the extra heavy equipment, which has never, ever failed. I'll just be back. I'm gonna go.
George had everything he needed. A compass, a professional digger, and a way to get rid of the used dirt. All he needed was enough time.
Attention, gophers! All aboard the Calhoun Crane Express! You can't hide anymore! I did it! I caught you, you grape-stealing monkey!
I've got you, George!
Calhoun, I have decided the gophers aren't as annoying as you. You go. The gophers can stay. Oh boy. Oh, what a mess! So, who wants to help me clean this up? I can pay you in grapes.
Oh, hey, guys. Meet Goliath. He just moved into the building. His owner has a guest who's allergic to dogs, so Goliath is helping Hundley and me in the lobby today.
If you called blocking the elevator helping,
It's new lights for the hallways.
Let's store them in the basement until the electrician comes. Oh, Hundley, could you get that?
Goliath could reach really tall places. Hundley wondered if the doorman's job would be easier with someone like Goliath. He could put mail in the high mailboxes and take it back out again. He could call elevators. He could probably even put the star on top of the Christmas tree. It was true. The doorman did want a taller door dog. George wondered what would cheer up Hundley.
Maybe he'd be happier if he were tall like Goliath. Hey, I know how we can make Hundley taller. Here, Hundley, you try.
Then George realized dachshunds couldn't use stilts. They didn't have hands to hold on to them. All George needed were dog shoes with platform soles. Hundley was small on the outside, but Hundley's spirit was as big as the biggest dog.
You're right. Maybe just looking tall will cheer Hundley up.
This flexible mirror was just what Hundley needed to feel good again.
Hundley, come look. George, I look really short. I don't understand. We look tall in the store, but short here.
Each new bend produced a different reflected image.
Hey!
He'd done it. The monkey had made him taller. Hundley couldn't wait to show the doorman.
I don't know what I did with them. Did you find them? It's closed. They wouldn't fall through there.
The doorman's keys.
Huh? Hundley, what are you doing down there? My keys! You really saved the day, Hundley.
No kidding. There's no way a big dog like Goliath could have gotten in that itty-bitty space.
Hundley, watch the desk for me, will you?
It's a mirror we made for you, so you'd look really tall. Back when you wanted to be tall.
George figured they could still use the mirror. Only now, it'd just be for fun.
You can play too, Goliath. That's real teamwork. about all different sizes.
And with the new mirror, changing sizes had never been more fun.
We need to cool off. We should take an inaugural dip in my pool. Take of green stuff? Huh? Algae! The proper way to handle a situation like this is to dump it out and fill it with clean water. Good idea, but it's going to take forever. Here. We've only emptied that much? Ugh, these sure aren't moving enough water. I need a break. Good idea. The shade is a lot cooler. I'll pour some lemonade. I know! I'm a genius. Don't move, George. I'll make you a really long one. I'll just stick a bunch of straws together. Okay. That should be long enough.
Sucking lemonade through that long straw turned out to be hard work. But eventually, it came. And kept coming. The straw wanted to keep going. How did the lemonade come out of the straw by itself?
Oh, okay, let's go empty that pool. Then we can really cool off. Now, what could we use to empty out the water?
Using a paddle sure didn't take out much water. And the sponges clearly didn't either. Neither would the boots. And hands weren't much better.
I think we need a bigger straw.
Yeah, like a dinosaur straw.
I don't think dinosaurs use straws.
Dinosaurs didn't have hands, right?
Right?
So how'd they drink their milk?
You got a point.
All George had to do was get the end of the hose below the water level, suck the water in, and then let gravity take over. But sucking water out of a hose was a lot harder than sucking it out of a straw.
Too bad we don't have a dinosaur. A dinosaur would have that pool empty in a second.
He was going to give it his best dinosaur try.
It works!
Of course! You were below the water level and gravity pulled the water out. Hey, not bad for a city kid.
You did it, George!
Hi, guys. My hose sprung a leak. Mind if I use yours, Bill? I gotta water my plants.
George had one more idea.
Wow, what a great way to use a siphon.
Hey, there's even a word for it.
Now we just have to clean the inside of the pool, fill it back up, and we'll be swimming in no time.
That's all.
Cannonball!
The water was cold and clean. So with a little help from a siphon, summer went swimmingly. George felt awful. He'd kept the man up again.
Okay, George, I'm going on my run. Maybe after a cup of tea.
If only he had some way to quietly find the kitchen in the dark. He couldn't see or hear his way. Maybe George could taste his way.
George, don't eat off the floor. Use a sponge.
Okay, so he couldn't use taste. What other senses were there?
Want some honey in your oatmeal?
Maybe touch. If George felt honey with his feet, he'd know he was going the wrong way. He was so excited about his path, he could hardly wait until he couldn't fall asleep to try it out. The honey was working. He was finding his way by touch. Trouble is, once you step in honey, it sticks to your feet. And before you know it, it feels like it's everywhere.
George, what are you doing? Oh. Ooh.
George needed to feel his way with something less messy. Maybe something soft.
We're going for a ride, George.
George's soft path had to work.
What?
Because the man's race was tomorrow, and he needed to get some sleep.
Oh, I'm okay.
George's stuffed animals would tell him where the furniture was, but he needed more soft things to lead him to the kitchen. George sure hoped his path worked.
Sorry, so late. I kept falling asleep. Big race tomorrow. Gotta go to bed early. Right after supper.
George didn't even have to wait until bedtime to try his soft path out. He did it. He'd made it to the kitchen, and he didn't wake the man. In fact, he used his path many, many, many times. Because he was so excited about the man's race tomorrow, he was the one who couldn't sleep. The next morning, George was there to cheer on the man as he swam. And rode. And ran then his way to the finish line.
Oh, did you see that, George?
The contestants lined up, and the signal was given to start the race. The Leaning Tower team was the first to take off.
What did we say about claws in the balloon?
They landed in Florence, Italy 9 minutes later. Lieutenant Doxy was sure he would win the race. And then he wasn't.
Sir, the drive belt snapped. We can't go if the prop don't spin.
There was no chance of winning now. But then... the monkey tightened his rubber band one turn too many. Chuck Monkey had to help, but his plane couldn't fly. Fortunately, Doxy's ship was still on the ground. He explained the emergency as they took off. But Lieutenant Doxy didn't understand. The monkey ruined his ship, and now he was about to do the same to the Doxies.
I got a belt, sir. Come back.
But they couldn't go back because they couldn't control the ship. If they didn't get a belt quickly, they too would blow into the Eiffel Tower. Clothes for a belt? What a great idea!
Go! How can I ever thank you?
Putting the Baron in an emergency life balloon, the clever flyers used their ship's propellers to create a wind to blow him back to the landing field. They saved the Baron, but they were in last place. Still, no obstacle was too big for Chuck Monkey and Lieutenant Doxy. Maybe together they could win this race.
It wasn't 1909. Hundley wasn't in a race, and his balloon was still stuck. But if it was a dream, why could he still hear his airship's propeller? The fan. It sounded a lot like a propeller. And it looked a lot like a propeller. And if it moved air, it would move things that were in the air, right? George raced back without the fishing pole because he had another idea. And it was the same idea that Hundley just had. George aimed the fan. Hundley barked orders like a famous aviator. Aiming the wind behind the balloon, George could push it where he wanted it to go.
Air conditioning is all fixed. Hundley, you're relieved from duty.
You want to go to the park and fly that plane, George?
Hundley had something else he needed to do.
Won't be needing this anymore. You want it on? Okay. Kinda noisy if you want a nap.
It was exactly what Hundley wanted to hear. Because he had some unfinished business back in 1909.
With the aid of a monkey, the Doxy is pulling ahead. Folks, if they win this one, people will be talking about this victory 100 years from now.
No. No chewing under the flowers today. We just started using a florist. Gnocchi thinks the flowers are snacks for her.
You might as well let her eat flowers. She won't eat my food.
I will talk to Chef. This is what comes of letting a cat make cooking decisions.
George wondered why Gnocchi wouldn't eat the chef's cooking when it was clearly delicious. George would watch her and see what she was up to. George could smell the delicious sausages, but Gnocchi had no interest.
George, if you would like to stay, Neddy is making a farewell dinner. My cooking is too terrible to serve.
If Gnocchi's eating cat food, she's not sick. What could it be? What will we do without ravioli? Uh-oh. I think I'm allergic to something in here. Yeah, I have an allergy. It's when your body overreacts to something like food or a plant or flowers. Some types of flowers can make some people sneeze and cough. Well, not you. Some people don't have any allergies and some have a lot. I have to move these away from me or I won't be able to breathe at all.
That seemed familiar, but George couldn't remember why.
Some nice tangy antipasto for you.
Kind of bland.
George knew the tangy eggplant wasn't bland.
Oh, it's the stuffed up nose. Without a good sense of smell, everything tastes boring.
Here's your dinner.
Oh, thank Oh.
But for the past few days, she likes nothing.
No. No chewing under the flowers today.
George?
George had the answer.
Of course, you can take the flowers home if you like them.
Well, that didn't work.
George, what are you doing in here? What are you...
George, I think he's allergic. You shouldn't... Your cat is allergic to certain flowers. Here is a list.
Oh.
Really? But she tries to eat them. Don't let her. Here's my bill. So, George's theory was right.
And a lot cheaper. Okay. One lick, good. Two licks, excellent. Three licks, magnifico.
Great job!
This will be our special tonight. It's gnocchi approved.
If not for George, we would never have known that Gnocchi was allergic to those flowers.
Giorgio, you have saved the restaurant and my reputation. I'll give you free pizza.
Did all that while I was gone. You know, I think you broke the world speed record for making a gigantic mess. I think you're old enough to use the vacuum to suck up dirt and crumbs and paper.
George couldn't believe it.
All the mess is stored in this bag. When the bag is filled, you empty it into a garbage can and start again. Okay, stop, George. George! George! George, this vacuum cleaner is too big for you. Don't make another mess. In fact, don't move till I say so. Just freeze.
Not moving is tougher than it sounds, especially for a monkey.
What do you think? Huh? Oh, you can unfreeze now. George, here's your very own dirt dragon. George, I have to make some phone calls. You can clean anything that needs it, okay?
It didn't matter if George spilled sugar anymore. He could clean it right up.
I have the rare stamps. Call me as soon as... George, I can't hear. Vacuum the other room, please?
George was running out of things to clean up.
Naughty people, beware! I'm here to clean up this city.
Of course. There was a whole city out there for George to clean up.
See you later, George. Hi, Mr. Stamp. Those rare postage stamps are right here on my... Can I call you back?
Sharky couldn't carry all those small pieces of biscuit at once. Lucky for her, her friend George was here. Sharky hoped he would guard the pieces for her. Sharky forgot that George didn't speak dog. Every day when the nice lady threw birdseed, Compass flew off to tell his friends it was lunchtime.
Oh, I've got to find George before he empties that bag. I wonder how much stuff it can hold.
Lucky with a vacuum just vacuumed up my winning lottery ticket.
George was a happy hero, thinking of all the animals and people he had made happy.
George, come back!
Why wasn't it working? What good is a superhero without a vacuum cleaner?
When the bag is filled, you empty it into a garbage can and start again.
Of course. It was time to empty the bag. And there was the perfect place to get rid of everything that was in it.
George!
George saw everyone he had helped today running towards him. They must be coming to thank him.
George, have you emptied this bag at all today?
George was happy to be of service.
I'm happy to say they're all there.
Thanks. George, would you like to vacuum my place? I have lots of valuable, dusty collectibles.
Valuable collectibles? Sorry, gotta go now. Bye.